Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's such an interesting subject when we talk about his movies because it was almost like there was an oversaturation of action Dwayne Johnson rock movies in the from like the 2010s to like the 2015s. And I've always had mixed opinions on how I feel about him. Someone who came from the WWE or wrestling, I don't know which organization, I don't know much about wrestling, and really turned it into pretty big stardom. I think Dwayne's kind of like a household name at this point. I don't know anyone who doesn't like him, or excuse me, who doesn't know him. To me, he's always seemed very likable. He seems like a genuine dude. It seems like he's been getting more hate as time goes on, the more that these kind of like really silly action flicks kind of fail in the box office. But I've never had any issues with him. He seems, like I said, a pretty decent guy. My name's Wes. This is Top Shelfers, and today we're going to be ranking all of his movies from worst to best in ultimate tier list fashion. This is going to be a tough one just because, like, I don't know what I would consider his upper echelon of movies. I don't think that I'm going to see eye to eye with a lot of people, being someone who doesn't necessarily enjoy the later Fast and the Furious movies. I enjoyed a lot of his earlier work. The reason that kind of sparked this one is I did see his most recent flick, The Smashing Machine, and I was surprised. I liked the role. I'm a UFC fan. I'm an MMA fan. I have been for years, and was kind of interested to see how they were going to depict Kerr. And I think they did a pretty solid job, and I think he did a really good job. Now, without further ado, he has a lot of doo-doo. So I think for me, and probably for most people, Tooth Fairy, excuse me, is probably one of the worst movies I think I've ever watched. Followed by The Game Plan. I really disliked Red One, even though the cast made me think I was gonna like it. I mean, it was what? Rock, Captain America, J.K. Simmons. I think Lucy Liu is in that. I just didn't know what to expect, and I hated it a lot. A whole lot. I thought it was horrible. Planet 51. I zoned out through that one. Didn't care for that much. Let's see here. Red Notice. Just bad. I just didn't like it. I wanted to like Race to Witch Mountain. I did not like Race to Witch Mountain. I think some of these movies maybe could have been like product of the time, and they've just really haven't aged well. But I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to think. Two movies that I felt to be very unbearable, and I don't know why. Like, when I think of action movies, stuff like Mission Impossible, that it seemingly has gotten better as time goes on. And even though there's stuff in it that is just so unreasonable, it still feels somewhat rooted in a little bit of reality. Like, do I think Tom Cruise could really do all that without all the safety precautions? No, but it doesn't feel as far-fetched as something like in the Fast and Furious movies, or something in Skyscraper or San Andreas. Like, these are movies I just couldn't, like, I have to be able to be in the moment, and movies like that get me out of it. I'm an action fan, but I'm not a silly action fan, if that makes sense. And it's not even necessarily that the plot has to be great for me to be interested in it. I would prefer it. Like, I can turn on dumb action and just like let it like on my screen and watch it, but I'm not going to be invested. And I feel like that was a lot of his movies. So I'm gonna throw Skyscraper down here as a bottom section. I'm gonna throw San Andreas right here. Um, I just don't even know where to put the Fast and Furious movies. I really don't like, and like compared to like a Rampage movie, right? Like, I mean, I grew up playing Rampage. I liked the games, but I liked that better than Skyscraper and San Andreas because at least we're fully committing to like a fantasy, right? Like we're fully in. But when some of these action movies take themselves so serious, I'm like, I just can't get into it. I really can't. I'm gonna put Journey 2 somewhere. Where's that one? Here. We'll put that here. I'm gonna put Baywatch here. I when I first watched Baywatch, I was like, this might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And then upon a rewatch, I was like, well, it's really bad, but it probably not his worst movie. It has some humor in it for sure. It's such a weird thing to reignite, like the Baywatch. Like, I don't know. It seems like Baywatch was only popular for a couple things back in the day. I don't know if anyone was really begging for that one to come back. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't even know how to do these Fast and the Furious movies. Let's put Faster, not a Fast and the Furious movie, but similar title. Let's put Faster here. And we are going to talk about something that's really interesting about The Rock that I find to be funny and strange. We'll get to it when we get to one of the movies that I want to like connect it to. And why did they make a Jungle Cruise movie, by the way? Did I miss that somewhere? Like, I watched it and I'm like, I went on the Jungle Cruise ride in Disneyland when I was a kid. I don't understand why they thought that would be a movie that people were like hyped about. I don't think people were. I could be wrong. I'm just gonna kind of dump all of the Fast and the Furious movies here. Where's Hobbs and Shaw? I know that was one. I will. Okay, maybe I'm being a little too critical of them because like we still have some dog water we need to get through. What does the Hobbs and Shaw cover look like? I don't even know. I'm looking for that one not on this list. Maybe it's not. G.I. Joe, Hercules, Jumanji, Pain and Gain, Rampage. Rundown. Okay, I guess it's not on here. What's this movie? Oh, that's Snitch. Okay, I need to stop being as negative about Fast and the Furious. I guess maybe I just hate it because it's popular, which is so opposite of what I usually say. But okay, what I wanted to talk about with the Rock movies is a lot of his earlier stuff has a pretty big cult following. Like Walking Tall, upon a rewatch, I still kind of like that movie. It's not well acted. It's not well made. It's not a movie that will be studied, but it wasn't bad. And I know that it got ridiculed, like in the box office. I'm sure it lost a bunch of money, but it really wasn't that bad. And like I personally would put the Hercules movie over the Fast and the Furious movies, even though the budget was vastly different. Scorpion King and the Mummy. I love the original Mummy trilogy. It's kind of hard to go back and rewatch The Mummy Returns with the Scorpion King scene because the CGI was really bad. Movies like Doom and God, what's that movie called? I can't see. Oh, Southland Tales. Cult followings aren't like that bad. Like when I'm talking about bad, right? Like these are not high quality movies, but thinking about ratings and reviews, like I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was gonna hate it, you know? So let's put what score did I give the Rundown? Did I even watch that? I thought I liked that one. Maybe not. Rundown. No, I liked the Rundown. Yeah. The Rundown wasn't bad. And I really enjoy the Jumanji movies. I thought that was probably his best work. Like, best content that he was in. Not necessarily his best work. I don't think he's that great of an actor. I don't think people would disagree with me. And no hate. I just don't think he's like, his best performance was definitely the Smashing Machine. I think his most enjoyable content was Jumanji. So, we're gonna put Rampage there, and he's also got. We got to talk about the other guys because the other guys isn't really fair to be a Rock movie, like a Dwayne Johnson movie, because he's not like he's not really in the movie. What is this movie? I have no. Oh, that's Be Cool. Be Cool's horrible. We'll just put that there. We'll forget that movie existed. Pain and Gain was another one that I thought I was gonna like. Like the trailers gave me vibes of like 50 Cent's The Power. I thought I was really gonna like it. I did not. I didn't think it was great. We'll probably put Pain and Gain there. Get Smart, kind of a funny one. We'll probably pump that up there. Doom. Doom's really shitty, but I like Doom. I'm a gamer. Of course I like Doom. And on the rewatch, I still kind of like it. Just being honest with you guys. Wait. 3, so I need 2 more out of the top 20. I guess G.I. Joe. And then we'll throw... I'm not going to throw Hercules in there. Maybe we'll put... we'll round out it with Southland Tales. I think that's fine. So this is going to be my bottom section. We're going to do Get Smart. We're going to do the Fast and the Furious movies. I don't know where Hobbs and Shaw is. I thought that it was on this list. I definitely watched it. I would put it with these. I don't know how to rank these either. I mean, Fast 5 is probably my least favorite of those ones. And then that one and 7 and Fate of the... probably that. I'm fine with that. I don't know. I love, and I always say this, I love the first 3 Fast and Furious movies. And then after that, they lost me. They lost me as a fan. We'll put, God, it is tough too, because I start thinking about it. I'm like, well, the Fast and Furious movies are definitely better than Jungle Cruise. The Fast and Furious movies are definitely better than Hercules. Maybe I don't hate him as much as I think. Oh, I'm going to put Walking Tall, though, right here. I think that movie is one of those ones that if more people revisited it in 2025, soon to be 2026, which is crazy to think about, I think people would enjoy it a lot more than they remember. I'm curious. Well, I hope there's a Dwayne Johnson list that we can go through. I'm very curious to see where that movie lands on said list. I would assume probably not high. And then I think for right out of the top 10, we're going to do the Scorpion King and the Mummy Returns. Love the Mummy movies. Like I said, Scorpion King was fun. Sucks the reboots just haven't really hit the same. I think those are a product of their time, and they just aren't getting the recognition or really the budget that they would need to be good in 2025. Okay, starting off at number 10 is going to be Fighting with My Family. I know that movie's praised pretty high. I went in being, and I'm not necessarily not a WWE fan. When I grew up, I watched UFC. I couldn't get into WWE. I see clips now. They're freak athletes. I see why it's so popular. Like, Fighting with My Family, well acted, really fun. Just not really for me. I still think it's one of the better movies that he is a part of. And it's, again, the other guys. He's in the other guys for a whole 35 seconds, right? Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg are the main people in it. but he's in it technically, so we got to rake it. I feel like it's kind of disingenuous because the other guy's is so damn funny, but it's not one of his movies. And we also, Snitch should not be in the top 10. I'm just thinking about that. Snitch has no business being anywhere near the top 10. We're probably going to put Snitch like here. And I guess we're going to bump The Mummy Returns into the top 10. Crazy enough. I'm going to put Central Intelligence at 8. I feel like Kevin Hart and The Rock together is always fun. They have some good friendship, chemistry on screen, and all the clips and stuff. They seem like really good friends, and it seems genuine. I like that. I'm gonna put Jumanji 2. Not as great as the first one, but still a lot of fun. Gridiron Gang, another movie that I feel like didn't get the attention or respect that it deserved when it came out, but upon a rewatch, I really enjoyed it. I think movies that kind of go around sports in a way are really tough because there's already a top echelon of sports movies, which gave me the idea I should probably do a sports movie tier list. That'd be really fun. Remember the Titans will probably still be number one, but I'll look into that. But Gridiron Gang was really good. Good message. I enjoy it. I think I'm going to put. I don't. We need to talk about Moana because Moana has a lot of cultural significance in the meme world, right? I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it. It's good music. It's cute. It's hard not to like Moana. Is it the best movie here? Maybe. Maybe. Is that bad to say? It might be. Oh, I'm going to put The Rundown at 5. I'm going to put the other guys at 4. I'm going to put Smashing Machine at 3. Is it recency bias? I don't know. Is it because I'm a UFC fan? Probably. I mean, I remember watching Mark Kerr. So, I'm going to do it. I'm put Jumanji at 2, and I'm going to put Moana at 1. I know, a Disney movie at 1, shocker. I don't tote that I'm this huge Disney fan, but I do enjoy most of it. You know, I enjoyed Moana. I've enjoyed a lot of the work from that 2014 to like 2019, 2020 time period. I thought a lot of those movies were good around that time. Coco and Moana and whatever. I don't know if Moana is Disney or Pixar. I don't ever keep track of that crap. But so yeah, here's my Dwayne the Rock Johnson top 10 movies of all time from worst to best. Number 10 is The Mummy Returns. Number 9, Fighting with My Family. Number 8, Central Intelligence. Number 7, Jumanji 2. Number 6, Gridiron Gang. Number 5, The Rundown. Number 4, The Other Guys, even though he's not in it that much. Number 3 is The Smashing Machine. Number 2 is the first Jumanji movie remake. And number 1 is Moana. So let's see the Rock movies ranked. All Dwayne Johnson movies ranked. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, they got The Smashing Machine as number 1. But we have noticed that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be first on the list, which I don't think it should be. I wouldn't be mad if that is. I definitely think there's movies that could be number 1 that they would put number 1 that I would be mad about. Okay, perfect. We are already in line. One of the worst movies I've ever sat through, The Tooth Fairy. It was not great. All right, well, I already disagree. Doom at 37. The audience score is probably, 50% at least? Ooh, 34%. Well, rewatch it. I enjoy it. Baywatch, I did have that a little bit higher. Planet 51, okay. I'm so far so good. I'm in agreement with everything. I don't except for Doom. See, I just vastly disagree with this. 60% is perfect score for that. Hold on, let me pull my notes back up. Oh, I closed the tab. I think I gave it a 6.3. Okay, well, whatever. I disagree with that a lot. Game Plan at 33, I had that lower. Be Cool at 32, I had that a tad bit higher. G.I. Joe Retaliation, okay, I had that higher. Red One, I had that lower. Red Notice, 29, I had that lower. Scorpion King at 28, I had that at 11. I don't disagree with it being that low. That's fine. It's not great. Just nostalgia for me. Southland Tales at 27, I do disagree with. I think that movie's pretty awesome for what it is, right? I mean, when I say awesome, like, you guys watch a lot of my other tier lists. Like, I just compare the movies to Dwayne Johnson movies. Like, I try to keep it in the realm of what we're rating, and I rate them against each other, not against the rest of the movies that exist in the world, right? Like, if you compare Godfather to the Southland Tales, of course, it's a horrible, god-awful movie. But comparing it to Dwayne Johnson movies, I don't think it's nearly one of his worst. I had it a little bit higher. Faster at 26. We might have had that one spot on. Wait, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 26. Nice. Race to Witch Mountain at 25. I had that lower. See, Gridiron Gang at 24. I had that at 6. What's the score, audience score? Yeah, see, Gridiron Gang is one that I think got crapped on by critics when it came out, but it really is a good movie. Like, it really is. Go rewatch it. It's worth it. Journey 2. Who did the first one? Was it Will Ferrell? I don't know, but I had that lower. Mummy Returns at 22. I had that at 11. I disagree with that being at 22. Yeah, definitely not 46%. San Andreas, I had that lower. Skyscraper, I had that lower. Pain and Gain at 19, I had that lower. Get Smart at 18, I had that higher. I thought Get Smart was kind of charming and fun. Rampage at 17, I had that lower. Snitch at 16, I had that a little bit lower. Hercules at 15, I had that just a little bit lower. Jungle Cruise at 14, I had that a little bit lower. Fate of the Furious. It's going to be so funny if I had these like spot on. All the Fast and Furious movies. I had that a little lower. Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. I guess I just wasn't on this tier list. I don't know. The Rundown at 11. I had that at 5. Central Intelligence at 10. I had that at 8. Fast and Furious 6 at 9. I had that at 13. Jumanji 2, The Next Level. I had that. This was at 8. I had it at 7, so close. Smashing Machine at 7. I had that at 3. What's the audience score on that? Okay, 7.4. I think that's around what I had it at. Maybe a 7.2. Fast 5 at 6. I had that lower. The first Jumanji movie at 5. I had that at 2. I bet we'll be spot on with Moana. I'm already betting money that Moana will be number 1. The other guy's at 4. I also have that at 4. Nice. The other guy's is so funny. I can't understate how funny that is. Furious 7 at 3. I had that lower. Fighting with My Family at 2. Wow, what's the audience score on that? 8.6, huh? Huh. That's fair. I mean, I had that in my top 10. Just not really. I mean, the acting was really good in it. Love me some Nick Frost. Florence Pugh's great. And then Moana at number 1. Yeah, I think we all saw that one happening. So, alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, in the comments, let me know if you agree or disagree. Let's talk it out. I'm always curious to hear you guys' opinion. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.